16th. So Saturday the 17th was the debut of the new show Collision, and CM Punk returned, a big return that everyone's been waiting for. He has his belt, but it's in a red bag. He thinks he's still the champion. I guess that's the storyline here. He kind of apologized, sort of, but not really, for the whole situation that happened. Actually, he didn't at all.
That was an apology.
He really didn't apologize. So there's no apology. He's just going to come in like a badass, and he's got the name, he's got the clout. They're going to let him roll and continue on. They're just going to keep him separate, it sees. It looks, well, although, we'll cover it later that Punk did show up on Oh, Robert hasn't seen Dynamite.
I've been spoiled.
Well, anyways, let's just get some initial thoughts on Collision. Robert, you watched it, right? Did you watch this episode?
So, funny thing for me, I did see this segment, but I didn't see it live. For some reason, I thought the show was going to start at 7. So when I turned on TNT, I think 20 minutes before 7, it was already the main event. I'm like, what the? So it actually started at 5. I didn't know that. So I didn't watch this segment until later. I only watched this segment and the main event. That's it. Everything else that happened in Collision, I missed out on.
Okay. Well, yeah. Talk about the promo first, because we're gonna move.
So, I thought it was really, really good. I was kind of the shoes being around his neck kind of like distracted me a little bit. Like, well, what I kept thinking in my head, like, what's the shoes there like around his neck? What's it there for? Is there a point to it? Because he didn't really like bring it up until the very, very end of the promo, but that was a question that kept being in my head. Like, there's a point to this, right? But eventually he did mention it. He said some really good things. I feel like there was a lot more that he wanted to say, but maybe he was contractually obligated to not say too much. I don't know. I feel like he held back a bit. He said it was still good. It was very enjoyable, but I feel like that wasn't everything he really wanted to say. Still good.
Sure, I agree with that. If CM Punk could say everything he wanted to say. Vlad, talk about this promo. Do you like where it's headed?
I think so. This was a very strong promo. The crowd was obviously, it's a very hot crowd. It's in Chicago. He's from Chicago. This was a very smart opening way to have their first show in Chicago. This was a fiery promo. You did a pretty good job of getting everyone interested and excited. He did, he called out everyone that he could basically call out without calling, their name out, and he's still saying that he wants to be the champion, or he feels like he is the rightful champion. So that's like a thing down the line, so making clear that him and MJF have some unfinished business, I guess. So overall, he did a great job, got me interested in the show, and I think it was a great way to start this whole Collision.
Listen, Vlad, you're breaking up.
I can hear bits and pieces.
I just had, I cut.
Yeah, you cut off for a bit, yeah.
That sucks.
Let's see if he's gonna log in.
Wait, hold on. What's your thoughts on this promo? I don't think you mentioned your thoughts on it.
Oh yeah, fine. We'll do me since we're waiting for Vlad. I think it's a little strange that he comes in saying he's champion still. He's alluding to the fact that he never lost the belt. But come on, you're an old dude that keeps getting hurt nonstop. Don't say you're the champion.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. So sorry about that.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. We're just the lowly podcast that not many people listen to yet, so it's totally cool. Fuck, what the fuck? My fucking batteries are running out too. Hold on 1 second. I forgot to plug it in. This show's a mess today.
Oh, jeez. Well, at least, I don't want to spoil it, but at least your dog's calmed down.
Vlad, while you were gone, I was telling Robert that I thought it was a little funky logistically that Punk still calls himself a champion. He just keeps getting hurt. He's an old guy that keeps getting crippled. Yeah, you didn't lose the belt. You didn't get pinned. You didn't submit. But, come on. You were gone for what, 8 months? You're still the champion? I don't know. That's a small quibble, though. Okay.
Tell him when he's telling lies.
I think he's telling lies already.
Well, he's one of the biggest stars in that company, so he's going to be competing for the world title no matter what. It's him and MJF pretty much as to me as the two legit guys in the whole company. So I think that's just going to happen no matter what. It's destined to happen at this point.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of when, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Well, anyways, let me just do a couple more bullet points on Collision, and then we'll discuss the whole thing as a whole. Luchasaurus won the or Christian actually won the TNT title from Wardlow.
Well, yes, but Luchasaurus is technically the champion. But let's not confuse Robert, who didn't see it.
The dinosaur is the champ. Okay.
Well, Christian did all the work, so really he deserves it because he's the one who bashed Wardlow in the head, when the referee wasn't looking. So I consider Christian the champion. But anyways, moving along, there was another solid match between Andrade and Buddy Matthews, which I texted Vlad. I thought it was funny that these were the husbands of the two biggest female stars in WWE, but they're like kind of scrubs themselves. They're not scrubs. I mean, they're good looking, strong dudes, I guess. But this match got a lot of praise that it was pretty good, solid. I guess so. I guess I thought it was solid work. That's kind of my summary of Collision. Yeah, solid work. Nothing to write home about, but nothing to kill the business, I guess. The main event was the six-man with FTR and Punk against Bullet Club Gold and Joe. Kind of a cold feud. They just threw them in there, but it was a good match nonetheless. I thought it would have been cool if Punk just lost and got submitted by Joe right there. It would have kind of set the motions for a Joe Punk feud. Anyways.
No, man, that's terrible. That would have been horrific. Until Punk before he even started. The hell? Who's booking this thing? Can you
Hey, Joe is a strong character, man. They should use Joe in the upper. I mean, it's kind of.
He's gonna feud with Punk most likely, but not. Punk shouldn't. If they wanted the heels to win, Punk would definitely not have been the guy to take the fall or the submission. I mean, they didn't obviously, but I'm just saying if they did. That's crazy, man. That's crazy talk.
Me and Vlad, we did talk about this off the air on the phone that we felt like Collision was solid. There wasn't really anything amazing, nothing to kill the business, but it set it up well. It was a good setup for what might come, I guess.
Well, I think there's a couple pluses and minuses. There were the pluses, you didn't even mention the women's match. There was a women's tag match, between Willow and Sky Blue and then Soho and Tony Storm, which was usually I just completely lose interest if it's a Dynamite match, but here I gave it a chance and it was actually not bad. This was the best work I've seen those women do, in fact, in the tag match. So I thought that was interesting. And the negatives I would say for the show is that I don't know what like I said, it's the time slot or it's just overall I have a hard time getting. I had a hard time getting through it. I had to pause it a lot just because it was a Saturday and things were going on around me and things like that. So I couldn't really say that I was enthralled with the show like that. But the work was solid. Things were good. And I think if they keep going that way, it could be okay. But they also need to kind of work a little better with these feuds and get people invested, interested. It can't just be the matches are good and that's it, because if that's the case, then it's just going to be Ring of Honor,
Yeah.
Your battery is running low.
Yeah, what the fuck? I just connected it.
Okay, at least I kind of feel better that it's not all my fault this week. Somebody else is having some sort of difficulties. Usually I'm the one having some sort of Wi-Fi connectivity issues. But at least somebody else is having issues too. Robert never has any issues. He must have the best Wi-Fi in the world. He gets the UCLA Wi-Fi. They connect it right from his from their thing to his house. So he's good to go.
UCLA Wi-Fi can go down sometimes. It's not perfect. Oh,
well, that's true.
You're at 9% battery.
Well, it's plugged in. I don't know what's going on. Honestly.
And Laura is sabotaging it somehow.
Oh, that's got to be it, man. It's the dog.
She's like, hurry up, I want attention again.
Enough of this wrestling.
what is he talking? Or she probably didn't even know what you're talking. She's like, why is he talking to the screen and not paying attention to me?
All right, guys, let's finish the show strong today because I'm so discombobulated.
Discombobulated. Dusty roads, baby.
I'm discombobulated. Anyways, Robert, thanks for coming on. Anyways, even though the show's a train.
You're kicking Robert out.
The show's a train wreck today. No, I'm not kicking him off. I'm just saying that.